As kids, we first get introduced to Carnatic music, which is the root to our culture.
Parents wish their kids to learn Carnatic music. Some kids eagerly learn, while some run into hurdles.
We thought we will open up this topic in a panel discussion. We will have two, one for parents and another for the generation which is growing here.
Now we invite the members of the panel discussion on the topic, Carnatic music, the NextGen perspective. Ayyappan will moderate this short discussion. The participants are Krithika Ramanathan, Maanasa Maadhavan, Vishnu Balajee, Vishnu Dharmaraj, and Kiran Santhanam.
Hello. Hi. Hi everyone. My name is Ayyappan. Many of you just saw me. And I've been playing Carnatic music for more than 15 years now. I've been playing for a long time, and now it's my pleasure to talk to some kids younger than I am who and talk about their relationship to Carnatic music, what they like about it, what's been difficult about learning it, and just sort of to hear their thoughts about it and to see where Carnatic music is going to go and see where it'll go in this country and beyond over the next 10 years. So first what I'd like to do is just go down the line and have everyone introduce themselves, say what type of Carnatic music they learned and for how long, and then say just a little bit about what type of music they like to listen to in general.
So my name is Vishnu. I'm a junior at Blair, and I've been singing Carnatic music for about 12 years. And so I guess I'm just gonna start off. The type of music I listen to, I mean, as long as it's good, I listen to it. So I mean actually, I learned the meaning of Carnatic music is actually that music which pleases the ear. So everything technically is Carnatic music. So yeah, I do. Again, I just listen to music that's good. So.
Good answer.
I'm Maanasa. I'm a junior at Wooten High School. I've been learning Pata since I think 2nd grade. I listen to a variety of music, including. Okay, I listen to a variety of music, including anything that is appealing and has a good beat.
Good beat, yeah.
So I'm also Vishnu, and so I learned Carnatic vocals for a little bit, but not too long. I've been learning rhythm for about 6 or 7 years, and I'm also a junior. And yeah, like any music is good. Like
We need to hear some specifics.
well, like you use this mic and give it this one. Sorry. So for example, like I listen to a lot of jazz and pop. And of course Carnatic music and so stuff like that.
Hi, I'm Krithika. I'm a junior at Wooten. I've been learning Carnatic music for 8 years now. I learned Carnatic violin for a while. The kind of music I listen to is a variety. Specifically, I listen to kind of like classical music along with Western music. So yeah, that's about it.
My name is Kiran. I started learning Carnatic music at the age of 5. I sang for about 7 or 8 years, and I stopped around the age of 13. I haven't sung since then. In general, I don't really listen to music, but I just listen to whatever comes up on the radio or stuff.
Okay, so the first question that I wanted to ask everyone here is kind of a general question, and the question is, so does Carnatic music offer something that other types of music doesn't? And why don't we start with Kiran down that end, and we'll come down this way.
Well, the only music I've mainly heard is Carnatic music. I haven't heard much about many other music, so I don't really have much to say at all. that's it.
I think Carnatic music offers a very solid understanding of notes, and because you strengthen your understanding of the swaras, you have more control over your voice. Yeah, that's it.
So I play saxophone, jazz style too. So what I see is like a lot of similarities between the two because they both involve a lot of improv. So in that aspect, like they have a lot of similarities.
Repeat. Keep the mic closer. Keep the mic closer.
I think Carnatic music offers a lot of history because it's old and there's lots of like meaning like behind it, like all the gods and like it's like story kind of and yeah.
As Maanasa said, I think it offers a path for us to, you know, connect to our past. So I guess many of our like grandparents, parents probably listened to either like Hindustani or Carnatic music in India, and so I guess this is just kind of a little taste of what they went through. Besides that, I think like a lot of the concepts. I play Western viola, so I think a lot of the concepts, as Vishnu said, are pretty much the same. There's a lot of improv. There's a lot of attention to, you know, certain elements like jadu and vibrato and glissando. It's the same. It's the similar concepts. So just like the straight and like crooked notes or something. So I guess it is similar. So yeah.
Okay, so I heard two things that I thought were great threads. I thought one of them is I heard that Carnatic music has a lot of strengths kind of musically in terms of the way the music is organized, the way you have to sing the notes, you have to be very precise, sort of things like that, and also how that can connect to Western music and the strengths Carnatic has and applies to that. And then I also heard that Carnatic music has a lot of past and a lot of connection with history and culture. So let's talk a little bit about the culture aspect of Carnatic music, and then we can talk a little bit about the actual musical aspects of Carnatic music. So do you want to just say something about how you feel that Carnatic music ties you to culture and to Indian history or to your family, anything?
So I guess to culture, I guess there are a lot of. I feel it helps me. I'm a Hindu, so I mean I guess singing Carnatic music helps me. Just, you know, all these small stories that I learned as a child. You know, like Mahabharata and all of that. It's all found in songs, and it's depicted. And I guess I don't know. Culturally. I mean, I guess yeah. It just offers me something that it helps me remember my culture. Like I can identify myself as somebody who's somewhat knowledgeable of my own culture. So it helps me in that aspect.
I think often when we learn a song, we don't really know the language. Like we learn something like Telugu or like Sanskrit or something, but we don't know what it means. So I don't actually always know what I'm singing, but sometimes like whoever, like my teacher will be like, oh, like in case you wanted to know, here's the backstory, or like this person did this, or like this is what it means. It's saying like you're begging for this, you're asking for this, so that gives you like some background about what you're singing about.
So my family has like a lot of Carnatic roots, so it just like helps me like relate to them more and like feel like more like them. Yeah.
I feel that most Carnatic pieces are devotional pieces, so it ties you back to your religion. In addition to that, going back to what Vishnu said, there's a lot of like past stories, like the Ramayana, Mahabharata, that's like reiterated through the songs.
When I sung Carnatic music, it gives me like a more background on my culture, especially since Carnatic music is really popular in India. It gives me more background of the culture and gives me appreciate the singing more. and also Carnatic music runs in my family. So yeah, so that's how I got exposed to it mainly.
Okay, that's great to hear. So, what aspects about like Carnatic music itself do you feel? You had mentioned just about like the swaras and notes like that. What aspects do you feel like it are applicable to other types of music, or how do you feel like when knowing that Carnatic music isn't widely heard in the United States? How does it make you feel to have learned Carnatic music, and many of you also have some backgrounds in playing other types of music? How do you find yourself applying what you've learned in Carnatic music to other types of music?
I know like how it's not super common in the United States, but whenever I sing Carnatic music, it gives me more background of my culture, and that's basically it. It just gives me more background of my culture, and I feel like I enjoy it a lot, even though it's not very common here. So I gotta say.
I think Carnatic music is really helpful for other music as well. Going back to the understanding of notes, and also when you do gamakams or brigas, it really helps you with when you're singing like Western music riffs or vibratos. So I think that's like working in your chest voice. It's very helpful. Yeah.
Alright, so being a rhythm player and everything, I think like the most important aspect that relates to like not only Carnatic and Western, but to every aspect of every type of music would be the layam. So like, cause like without that, like everything would be all over the place and unorganized. So that like correlates to like everything. So.
I don't actually think it relates to modern music that much, or like not based on like how you sing it, but like when you hear the two, I don't actually think there's that many common things between them. I think they're like extremely different, because like when you show somebody else that's like hasn't heard it before, it's like very abnormal, or like abnormal as in like it's very different. It's like very different. And I don't know, I guess it's just like the actual, like the way you sing it and how much like emphasis you put on everything is just very different.
My view is that I guess all music is a form of expression, and I guess this is an abstract idea, but the thing is, I think the main point of music is to show the audience what the composer felt, how you feel about a certain aspect of that the composer is talking about. I guess in Western music, if you suppose you just played every note straight, obviously it's not going to sound good. There's going to be no depth to it. When they talk about depth, like saying you don't just look at the notes and just play them. You have to actually add your own style, and when you combine your different styles and you have to create your own, that's your expression, and that's your form of expression. So I think that's what music offers, and that's just universal, I guess.
Those were some great answers. So we'll start down this end and go back down. But what do you feel like is the hardest? What's the hardest aspect of learning Carnatic music?
I think the hardest aspect of Carnatic music, the first hardest aspect is to actually, hear each swaram and say, oh, that's the swaram, and just very basic. Like I remember when I was 4, you just keep on doing Janta Verse, Sarli Verse, it was annoying. I mean, yeah, it was. What else is a 4-year-old supposed to do? I mean, but I guess that was the first. That was the first like annoying part of Carnatic music, and the second annoying part, believe it or not, is Manodharmam, and God. I don't want to recount the stories, but my mom and dad would say, I would say like, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this swarang. I'm not putting it. I'm not ending at the right note. I'm not ending at the right beat. And my dad and mom would say like, of course you need to put more effort. And it's always that same answer over and over again. And yeah, every single time, I look at them and then I say like. are you going to be pleased? So, no, I mean, they're very encouraging. So, yeah, credit to both of them. So, but I guess that is, it's annoying, but it's actually, again, I think it's the best part about Carnatic music also. So it's, it's just this constant grind, and it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with Manodharmam. And I'm not a very creative person, so Manodharmam didn't really come easy to me, and it still isn't coming easily to me, but I guess it's just a constant growing process.
I agree. I think there's lots of space for creativity with Carnatic music, but to actually be able to be that creative with it and innovate whatever you want with it while being within the parameters is pretty difficult. Like, I'm nowhere near to even understanding how to do that, like on the spot and stuff. I have no clue. But the fact that you can do that is pretty awesome.
So personally, the hardest part about Carnatic music, learning it for me, was not being in India. Because as a rhythmist, if you're trying to learn, like, if I went to India, I would learn with the guru for like a month, and then I'd come back here, and depending on the teacher, they would either offer to teach via Skype, or just say, whenever you come to India, I'll teach you. So when you're learning on Skype, there's a lot of disadvantages. First of all, you're not you tend to slacken on the schedule. Like, I'm not saying the teacher, but me too. It's kind of not as formal as if you're learning with somebody in this area, and it's routine. But another thing on Skype is the lag. And when you're playing Rhythmgam, it needs to be on beat. So if my guru is putting talam and I'm playing and there's lag, I always feel like I'm wrong and I stop. And he's like, "Why are you stopping? You're right." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, there's lag, I can't see." So I feel that was the hardest part, and yeah.
I feel like the hardest part about Carnatic music is building your foundations, because that means a solid understanding of Shruti and Laya. And once you have that understanding, it's very easy to become a good Carnatic singer. But in order to reach that point of a solid understanding, it takes a really, really long time, a lot of practicing, a lot of tantavarasas. And then after that, Manodharmam is also extremely hard, because it requires not only this solid understanding of your foundations, but creativity as well as that. So I think that's pretty difficult.
I believe the hardest part is motivation. Like, yeah, like I liked to sing when I was a kid, but I was never motivated. As a kid, the only thing I liked to do was eat, sleep, watch TV, and play outside. And my mom and I would remind me at least 100 times a day to practice. Sadly, those 100 times never didn't work in most cases. Yeah, sorry, Mom. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I think that's about all the time we have, but it was really nice to hear from y'all and to hear your perspectives. Okay, great. Thank you very much.